We're going to pick up where the last video left off now, and we're going to look at a different function. So let's suppose that f of x equals the absolute value of x. And so we're going to do this a little bit the same way, but we're going to build off what we just learned in the last set. And so instead of looking at what we were looking at earlier, we're going to look at just saying, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to go to the left? Is it going to go to the right? And then we'll tie them all together to get our final graph. So the graph of an absolute value, we just take the x, and whatever it is, we make it positive. So at 0, it'll be 0. At 1, it'll be 1. At 2, it'll be 2. At 3, it'll be 3. But negative 1 becomes positive. Negative 2 becomes positive 2. Negative 3 becomes positive 3, and we get this v. So there's our graph of our absolute value. Now, if I wanted to find what f of x minus 2 on the outside is, that's just the same thing as taking the absolute value of x and then subtracting 2 from it. So a negative 2 on the outside is a down 2 because it's negative, so it's telling the truth. So everything comes down 2. And then we just draw our v, and we have our same graph down 2. If we were to take f of x and subtract 3 from it here, it's inside, and so it affects the absolute value because we're going to change this. And since this is inside, it's lying, it actually means it goes to the right 3, because that's what makes it 0. So our first point is actually going to be right here, and then our second, third, fourth, fifth, so on and so forth. And as we go, the v follows the same basic pattern. But now we have our graph lined up and going where it should be going. Finally, what happens if we took our f of x and we added 2 to it on the inside, and we subtracted 3 from it on the outside? So we need to do both. This actually says, since it's inside, it's lying, so we're going to go to the left 2, to negative 2, and this part's on the outside, so it says we're going to go down 3. And so what we're going to get is the absolute value of x plus 2, and we're going to subtract 3 from it. So we go to the left 2 and down 3. And we draw in our v, and we have our graph.